So today we are, well, it's a great honour to have Robert with us today, Robert Gottlander, who is one of our dental heroes, we will say, in the industry, an industry expert, a lifetime of clinical and academia, and the business of dentistry as well. But more recently, Robert has been given the great honour to represent the association Branemark Osseointegration Centres.
Yes.
And this is why we have Robert here today. Dr. Gottlander, welcome to New Life Teeth.
Thank you so much.
And I wanted you to, in your own words, just describe to us what it's like being involved with the association Branemark Osseointegration Centres, and what it means for you, how you got involved in it, and take it from there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Stuart, No, thank you so much. I appreciate really to be here. It's an honor for me as well to be visiting you, and I'm really happy to be here, especially on St. Patrick's Day, of course. Now, my background, and I'm a dentist from Sweden, and I had the luck, I would say, to meet Professor Branemark. He actually gave me my first exam.
Wow.
And when I went to dental school, and so many years ago, 1975, and since then I kept in touch. I started an orthodontic residency, PhD, and also on implants, and worked with him and his team. And the business side came from him in 1984. He asked me if I wanted to join what he called the implant project, which was basically at that time the Welfarma, and he managed to get me a leave of absence from my residency, and I never went back. So I stayed on the business side. So I've known Professor Branemark since, what is it now? Is it 50 years?
Long years, as we say.
A lot of years. Unfortunately, he passed away, and I was at his funeral as well. But it was a long time relationship. We worked a lot together. He was doing research. I mean, there were many other people involved as well. But that's really how I got into to implant treatment, and I got really hooked on his major drive, which was not the implant itself. His major drive was to change people's lives, and doing that by osseointegration, and doing that by implant treatment, and then to see how they can get a better time, basically.
Great. No, well, that's it. Well, I mean, my history of the name, I guess, started. I went to Karolinska University.
Yeah.
The name Branemark didn't really come up so much. I guess at undergraduate level, when you're at university, you're not taught a lot of dental implant treatments. It's more sort of the basic fundamental parts of dentistry, which of course we all have to know. And the name just really cropped up, I guess, when I went to Stockholm. The name was discussed there, Branemark, and just a small amount, just enough to intrigue me. And that sort of got my juices flowing, and I started to read a little bit about the man. And then we kind of parked that, because when you graduate out of university, you go and you do your work in the health service. You're getting to learn the fundamentals of your craft. You're working with patients, and you don't really get to see, especially in the health service in the UK, you didn't really get to do or get any exposure with dental implant work, which is a bit of a shame, because as we all know, back then and even today, it's definitely the gold standard if you're missing teeth.
Yeah, true.
So at that stage, I had a few years under my belt, doing sort of the basic types of dentistry, trying to get good knowledge in everything, all different modalities within dentistry. But this name just stuck out with me. This Branemark name just stuck out with me. And then I got a big interest in oral surgery, and then of course the dental implant world. And I travelled, one of my trips, I travelled to Brazil to a surgeon out there, a specialist oral maxillofacial surgeon, to do some sort of further training. And again, it's one of the things back then, you had to travel. We all had to travel to learn.
Sure.
Today it's a bit easier, I would say, on the students coming through, but we had to travel to learn. And the oral maxillofacial surgeon, Professor Salvoni in Sao Paulo in Brazil, he idolised Professor Branemark. And I just could not believe there was this experienced surgeon was revered, idolized this man so much, and I was thinking, wow, this person must have been incredible, what he has done for the industry, that you have a very experienced clinician, and all he could talk about was Professor Branemark, like he was a god. And I thought that was really, really impressive, and again, it just enthused me even more to learn about the man. And the more I read about him, and the more I realised the pioneer type of work that he did, the more the human touch that he had, the way that he used to, it was patient first all the time, the patient journey all the time. And I thought that was just, what an impressive man. Selfless, I would say, in some ways.
That's true, absolutely true.
A selfless gentleman that put the patient's interests in front of everything else, any financial gain whatsoever. And the amount of work that he put in his life for us to perform what we do today is just, again, it blows my mind. And unfortunately, I feel that his name is just diminishing over the years, and this is why we're here today, because we're gonna resurrect that name again. We're gonna make that the name that people talk about, and deservedly so, because he deserves all the accolades in the world. And certainly for us, and personally as a clinician, it has changed my life. The type of work that I can do for my patients, and the philosophies, the ethos that man has taught us all, are incredible.
No, I cannot agree more what you say, and that's really why I decided to join the Branemark Integration Centers and work with this, to keep his ideas continue forward, and keep what does the name Branemark stand for. It is about happy patients, basically, patients that can have a good life, and to work together with clinics that can really focus on this and will make this happen. And that's really what it's my personal drive, and I think all the members as well, that this is something that is special, and that's really what we are focusing on. Because if you think about it and look back, today everyone takes a lot of things for granted, but if you look at from when you were traveling around the world, it was not granted at all that dental implant works. You were a pioneer. You were one of the people that understood this, and now you're taking this to the next level. But if you go back 30 years ago, it was not like that. It was completely different. And Branemark was Professor Branemark was a true pioneer in the research and how to make this happen. I don't know if you know, but when he gave his first presentation in Sweden about dental implants in the early 70s, he actually was asked to leave stage because it was not truth what he said.
Okay.
So we don't have to go that back in history when this was something that no one thought would happen.
Not that long ago.
That osseointegration, which means that something is really growing into your body and stays there, that was not true. So I mean, it has changed millions and millions of lives, and I don't think that in the early research that was done that no one believed that it would change so many people's lives all over the world. And you know, I think it's important to me, it's important to you, to be a part of this and to see that make this happen.
And more so than ever, you know, unfortunately there are a lot of people out there, through no fault of their own, that genetics, some environmental issues, they lose their teeth early. We're all living older, we're all living a longer life, and you know, there is that we have to be able to provide them the quality of life, and I think that's so important. Robert, you work with, there are quite a number of clinics involved with the association, Branemark, and it's very international.
No, it's very, very international. The group is not intended to be, and never was Professor Branemark's intention to be a too big group. This is a group of people that and clinics that really has the drive, and so it is a very international group. It's not a big group, but it is in the UK, it is in Sweden, in the US, Japan, Dubai, India, Hong Kong.
Yes.
So it is like a very global group, but it's a group about a little bit more than 20 clinics. But with the real focus on the patient and patient treatment. But more than that, also the idea is to support each other to be educators in the local society, to, if I say that, to spread the word, so to say,
Yes.
but also to collaborate on clinical procedures, to be up to speed on research, which basically is to make sure that the patient get the best possible treatment, the most modern treatment, but also not being, if I may say so, guinea pigs for the doctors, you know, to work with like safe procedures that gives them a long-lasting aesthetic outcome. So that is the group, and I would say that everyone that, including New Life Teeth, is really proficient in what is done, and also keeping up to the most modern methods.
Well, that's, I mean, it's an honour for us to be a part of this. I would liken it to like I don't know if we should be in the same group, but I think hopefully we are, and people will see that. It's like the All-Stars. It's like the All-Stars of dentistry, and I love the way that it's so collaborative, with the speed of transfer of information nowadays, and such a collaborative group. We learn from each other, and I know we have the platform set up for us to learn from each other in going forward in an even faster way to expedite that knowledge and transfer. And again, it's all for the interests of the patients, and that has to be the foremost of what we do today. And like Professor Branemark said, you know, the three things that he would always say is you keep it safe, simple and available. And I think that's those three things that the safe part of it is that all the research has been done, but there's more research to be done, because we always want to make things better for the outcomes of our patients. We keep it simple, so we share the knowledge to each other, we share the techniques to each other to do the simple procedures that have the best outcomes, that provide the most predictability. And an advancing world of dentistry where a lot of things are digital and moving into that era, I think it's an incredible opportunity for everybody here to share that knowledge in a safe, simple way. And then we keep it available to the people out there. Availability, there are lots of people out there that need our help, and we are in a privileged position to offer that. And if we share the knowledge around the world, we can only expedite that journey for our patients to have these wonderful outcomes.